what it takes to make one non-artist musician to become an artist is the same capital it takes a politician to become relevant and win election. We have only one pattern way of making money here. We don't believe in investing in talent. Most of our fans see us like people that are helping. They don't actually see us as artists or God. That's why a fan will call you and tell you, I'm giving you show this place. You tell him the price of your logistics. You tell you, how can you do it for me with 50K or 100K, a band of 12 men? Then you tell him it's not possible. He will drop the call. You say, look at this boy, I'm trying to help.
Okay.
But the same person we sleep with one prostitute in a hotel and gave the girl 200,000. But he's pricing a band of 12 members 50,000. Because everybody believes that the only way to make money in the East is to go to trading. They don't know that you can invest in a talent and make money. I can call you now and invest in you, and you sign document for me. I start managing you. You become my property, just like Diego Jota is the property of Liverpool. He doesn't own himself. He's dead now. Liverpool will say that they will be paying him till his contract finishes. But here, a full band owner doesn't have money. You see the difference? Because he cannot afford it. Maybe in a quick 150, that's where you got the manager. Is in West, you see local musicians going show with Macapoli. You know how much they're selling Macapoli on serious boss? Ask question. Get one ultimate, Osupa, Malaika. Go ask us Pasuma Wonder. Local musicians like playing the same local musician we are playing, controlling 32 band members. This is a band that does not go show with less than 10 million naira. But here you see a band of 12 band man, an Igbo super fan will be pricing you 50,000, telling you come, we spray you money. These are bands in the West, they will pay you that 10 million, you still come to that party and they spray you dollar.
Okay, Guinea the medal.
We don't the talent, we have problem of supporting talent. Like I tell you, Igbo man has only one channel of making money, is in the brain of Igbo man. Yes, trading. Doing this thing. I give you give me my money, give it to you. I don't want stories. Igbo man don't believe in Tiebe go no ya, them man no ya grow, you know, something like that. Igbo man believe in constant transaction. It's because of internet that somebody like me is being known. If not for like internet, even up to now, I don't have the financial capacity to be presenting myself, and there is no record label. Even today that we are in current hip hop music, Flavor started from Enugu. Fino started from Enugu, but they have to leave Enugu to come to Limelight and stabilize. Wiz Boy is still in Enugu. That is the point. So we don't have that awareness here. We don't have that station here. The only major TV station that we have that was successful in this East was Minaj. Yes. Today they have sold that place. The entire company have taken that place. Invest in this artist is good. This can record. It is people that can go and make up the negotiation. We need to bring up some packages that will attract investors to know. But before that, you have to package what you are presenting. When you are bringing it to a billionaire or a millionaire, because they want to see a millionaire does not need you to become a liability. Because before somebody will put money into something, you must show him the future of the investment.
Of course.
That you can be loyal. You have seen some people that reach royalty of their record label. Somebody like Sister Chinwo, Mr. Chinwo. You saw what happened between him and Easy Concept.
Okay. So, but the mentality, can it be changed?
It's already started changing. Like there now, we can have a place you can perform. Hostels have built it, an auditorium. Yeah. Something like this was not here before. Before you be looking where you can do concert, you know. Now, government of Anambra State built a 5,000 capacity hall in Oka with a stage on it where you can do conference. You can rent it and do conference. So if we can bring up pressure to attract more companies to understand that there is talent in Igbo land and need to invest in talent. A Goko artist Nina, Ofu billionaire ye go like 5 artists. Has signed only a contract. You know where I surrender that phone in AGBALANZE will surrender his phone. Under management. Bring your music, bring your voice, come and record. PMAN Music will assess the song, process it, and bring to the market and give you royalty. So if the person that invites you for his father's brother will ask you before paying you, Ogi nwekwara egwu nke gị. Ka ọ dabụ na ịbịa n'ụbọchị ọ na-emebere alụmdi na na-asị na o nwere ndị si Abuja ma ọ si ihe na DSS bịakwuru gị because you are singing somebody's song where you're supposed to be performing your song. You collected money as a performer that you can perform. You come there and you are performing somebody's song instead of your own song. So, and somebody might video it. At the end of the day, na be apologize at the event or need to even not tired. You also I can't go further. So that kind of scenario, we put everybody back to the shell. And they also put our supporters, because our supporters me. Nanonya and go random music, all the versatile. Versatile of what? Versatile of Osereba and Warrior and Oliver. Then Oliver will be his house. I go and add Osereba and I go and add. In a Eastern market, I'm on many original art. I go and add. Don't be up takita. Well, Mike, miracle and they are hungry now because of Guinea. That the performers are now performing their songs, going show constantly with their songs. Why the original art leka.
Okay, welcome back to this particular episode, this new episode of our podcast. On this episode, we are going to briefly look into one of the issues that I believe is really eating deep into the creative industry. And to do justice to this particular issue, on this particular episode, we have our guest. You know, we should say he's a regular guest on our podcast, who understands what the mission and vision of Cliff podcast, and who has the interest of creatives generally at heart. So I would want you to sit back, you know, and follow us as we go through this with our guest on today's podcast. My name remains Vice Ifeanyi Chukwu Mba. Okay, and our guest for today is AGBALANZE Onyeka Okeke. You know, he is always pleased to be with us, and we are pleased to have him. Each time we beckon on him, he answers. And AGBALANZE Onyeka Okeke, you're welcome on today's episode of Cliff Podcast.
Thank you, sir.
You can briefly talk to our audience while we.
All right. My name remains AGBALANZE Onyeka Okeke Kengebu. Multi-instrumentalist and an artist and a performing art also. You are welcome to Cliff Podcast.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So, AGBALANZE Onyeka Okeke. There's something I so much like about you. There is this passion you have as regards doing things the right way, especially when it comes to the industry where you belong. That's the music industry. You know, and this is why I said I need to call you back so that we'll look into this particular issue together. So you talk to your colleagues, they hear from you directly, and then we can pick it up from there. You know, when you come to music industry, we find out that a lot of people find it difficult to differentiate what they do. When I say differentiate, I mean talking about originality. I know you as one artist who has remained consistent in his originality. In fact, one certain time, one person told me that AGBALANZE, even if you call him to come and perform in America or in the village or anywhere, from beginning to end of his performance, he will continue to sing his song. And I started observing that. So that's actually what interests me about you, and I said I will have to discuss this with you. So why is it difficult now for people to differentiate themselves and bring up original work of art that can actually be protected? Because intellectual property rights, as we know, does not just, it does not just come like that. It has to come from original work of art. So what do you think is the problem, and how do we tackle this issue?
Okay, thank you for the question. We have a lot of things that are a hindrance to creativity. Number one is coming from the side we come out from. We have capital issue. You understand? Before we can even use the little things we can use from the internet. It's because of internet that somebody like me is being known. Okay. If not for like internet, even up to now, I don't have the financial capacity to be presenting myself, and there is no record label. And that record label, why that record label is needed is because of capital. So why most people run away, some people have the talent, but they are not pushing, they can't push, is lack of capital. Then there are people that are not interested in creating anything. They are just musicians by maybe virtue of part-time, or maybe something they want to attach to what they're doing, or virtue of opportunity. So people are into markets and they have opportunity of meeting all these big men. They say, I can begin to entertain these people with music. I'm making a little money to support my own self. So, but when it comes to the real creative act, why most musicians, most of us from this side, is not active on creative angle. Number one is capital.
Capital.
What it takes to make one non-artist musician to become an artist is the same capital it takes a politician to become relevant and win election. Because production of music is not something. It's not something you just play with. You understand? To promote music, eat millions. It's not something you just wake up and start doing with money that was given to you to go and do business. Because eating it is not giving you guarantee that you get the return. You might finish doing the production, you not even get the money back. So that's how it works.
One, you mentioned capital,
yes.
And you said capital is the number one. Yes. So what is number two?
All right. Okay. After the capital, the next thing is the talent.
Which is actually the main thing.
Because the talent need to come so that the capital can manifest. But like I said, it's about our region. Our region, we are lacking this attention on music. We have only one pattern way of making money in this side of the world. That's why no musician succeeds to climax without traveling to the West. Starting from Oliver de Coco, starting from Chief, all these people started from Onitsha. Even today that we are in current hip-hop music, yes. Flavor started from Enugu. Fino started from Enugu, but they have to leave Enugu to come to Limelight and stabilize. Wiz Boy is still in Enugu.
Well, I know
that is the point. So we don't have that awareness here. We don't have that station here. The only major TV station that we have that was successful in this East was Minaj. Yes. Today they have sold that place. The entire company have taken that place. Because of what? We have only one pattern way of making money here. We don't believe in investing in talent. Most of our fans see us like people that are helping. They don't actually see us as artists or God. That's why a fan will call you and tell you, I'm giving you show this place. You tell him the price of your logistics. He will tell you, how can you do it for me with 50K or 100K, a band of 12 men? Then you think it's not possible. He will drop the call. He will say, look at this boy, I'm trying to help.
Okay.
But the same person will sleep with one prostitute in a hotel and give the girl 200,000. But he's pricing a band of 12 members 50,000. So you see where they don't understand that an artist needs money to maintain his artist level, needs money to maintain his recording, needs money to maintain his management.
So whose fault is that?
That's the point. The point is our environment contributed to it. So once you have the capital is there, the talent needs to come in. Then if the talent comes in with the capital and the blends, it becomes well. So where we are lacking that capital is in sponsorship, and that is why the court label and all these places have to come in. Management of artists. It's only in this piece you will see only artist is managing his band. He's setting his instrument. He's going to the studio. He's the person calling all the instrumentalists that will perform. He's call producer. He will go from his house and bring money and pay producer and pay all the instrumentalists. One person, one artist. There is nothing like management because you cannot handle it. You are struggling with your capital. You are struggling because there is no other companies that can take it up. Because everybody believes that the only way to make money in East is to go to trading. They don't know that you can invest in a talent and make money. I can call you now and invest in you, and you sign document for me. I start managing you. You become my property, just like Diego Jota is the property of Liverpool. He doesn't own himself. He's dead now. Liverpool will say that they will be paying him till his contract finish because he's a property of Liverpool. The moment you are signed and that contract, you become a property of Liverpool till the contract ends. So here we don't believe, Igbo man does not believe that he can sign a human being into his contract and put money like he's using 60 million, 100 million to import 40-feet container. That Oluogunabo can be his 40-feet container. He will bring out like 150 million, 250 million, sign Oluogunabo 5 years, give him 100 million. Go and buy a house, get car and keep comfortable. You will record for me for 5 years. And you will do live performance for me for 5 years. So we are lacking those things here. You can only get it from the West. That's why everybody from the East, once you play up the standard, you see that things are not, you understand the level of what I'm talking about, you will now be forced to travel to the West. Because that is where the opportunity is there. So that is our people we are facing. So that capital and the talent is what you needed to be a successful artist.
Okay. So now, give me key field now. At least they bridge to the gap small. Because from what you are saying now, the problem is not something that can be solved just like that.
Okay, we can start with our government. We can start with some individuals that are rich. They are not investing in entertainment.
How do we get
people like yes, it's about rebranding. Because before somebody will put money into something, you must show him the future of the investment.
Of course.
That you can be loyal. You have seen some people that breach royalty of their record label. Somebody like Sister Mr. Chinwo. You saw what happened between him and Easy Concept. With that kind of thing, the producer will be afraid to, or will put hard measures when he's bringing new artists. Because you cannot breach a contract. That contract brought you to limelight. So we need to show people that, please, there are artists that need management. Invest in this artist, he's good, he can record. It's people that can go and make up the negotiation. We need to bring up some packages that will attract investors to know. But before that, you have to package what you are presenting. When you are bringing it to a billionaire or a millionaire, because they want to see, a millionaire does not need you to become a liability. When you are bringing to him, okay, we need sponsorship in this thing, you bring something that will be attractive for him to invest in. But the most important thing is, we need people that will have passion for music that can give us a very good record label that can manage artists very well. it must be somebody who have passion, because music is just like this football we are playing. When you are investing, if your money you are investing in music does not have guarantee, because you must have passion for you to invest in music.
Of course.
Because there is no, I don't see it as a guarantee business.
Just
Once grace, it has something to do with grace. You can invest in music like 2 albums, you have not gotten a hit, and you have to continue investing once you know that that person has talent. Good music, you will like it. You know it will not be a hit. People will even like it, but it will not blow.
Of course.
So that is it. So we need that connectivity and packaging to be able to attract that sponsorship we are looking, and making these billionaires to see reason to invest in the East. Just like we have last record labels we have in the East, Rogers. Rogers is old now, and we don't have young people venturing into that record label work. They prefer now come and record your music, pay for session on studio and go. They don't want that stress, you understand? But we need people that will take part of that work in the industry.
Okay. So now, talking about originality, I tend to notice that we appear to have more singers than the listeners now in the East. And I know most of these people, they belong to an association, performing whatever.
Yeah.
It's called performing.
PMAN, Performance
Association of Nigeria, exactly. So, do you people have criteria of admission? Do you have a way, how you admit people into that association? Do you have measures to sieve out people who are not supposed to be part of you? Because I believe if such measure exists, then among way too much copy and all this lack of originality.
Okay. You see, PMAN is not about artist organization. It's called Performing Musicians Employers Association of Nigeria.
Okay.
It means once you are a clip, you are playing clip, once you are performing, once you are playing music, or you are employing musicians like hotel owners, you can be a member of PMAN.
Okay.
It's not where it's not an artist organization.
Okay.
It's a combination of somebody who is a musician. The only criteria is that you are a musician. Once you're a musician, you have right to be a member of PMAN. And once you are employer of labor, people that own ministry that employ musicians and pay them, or people that own hotel, that's the full name of that PMAN, Performing Musicians Employers Association of Nigeria. The letter added that employers, because we need to bring people that are employing us close to us too.
Okay.
So it's not about the person must be a recording artist. But at the time when we wanted to initiate task force, that was why our task force crashed. Because the performing people are large in number than the artists. And sometimes you will see a stage, so for example, Ikem will say it, another person that is imitating him will say it. You see that Ikem will go to the same telling the person, you know I'm here, mind the songs you are singing. Because you know that this person singing he is a godfather to the person. The person is imitating him. So now, for the sake of that PMAN, you will go and tell him, mind things you sing here, you know I'm around, you understand? Which is not supposed to be so. So now the performing musician PMAN association is giving back up to people that are not original owners of the thing. So when we wanted to create the task force, it was when that task force wanted to backfire on those copywriters. And they started putting salt and a lot of things to it. Because if that copyright would have moved on, because we have invited all the families of both Oseleba and Oliver to bring them, because we got an entertaining lawyer then that gave us tips about copyright and everything. That we must bring those people that owns that art to make sure they are a member of PMAN. So that if we get somebody who's performing this art, then we can hold the person responsible that you're performing Oliver's song. Who gave you permission to do that? Because if you don't get Oliver's family or Oliver to be part of the association, if you capture this person, one of the labor officers will tell you, leave him, he's promoting us, or because he's ignorant, leave him, he's not, we don't want him.
They see it as promotion.
Yes, so that's why I tell those days that all our artists we should know our artists. Those our artists are the people we can only fight for their right. Because when you're right, where your right stops is where another person begins.
Exactly.
So they gave us those tips those days. So, but those things could not succeed because in PMAN we are combined. They are both artists and performers. That's why PMAN could not do it. So, but government could have done it from Copyright Commission because they are not PMAN. Once they have the artist interest, because you cannot fight for somebody who does not want you to fight for him. You can teach somebody, he's not interested. He doesn't even know everything about it. That's where sensitization is also important. There are people that their right has been infringed, but because of ignorance, they don't know. They are even clapping for somebody who infringed. They are even clapping, rejoicing for somebody who infringed his right. Because he doesn't know what is happening.
Ignorance. Yeah, ignorance. So, as time goes on, you know, when they cue into what we are
that's happening. That is why the cliff is here for us.
Exactly. So they will now be picking up on,
yes,
you know, on what to do and how to go about it. That's
so that was why the intellectual property thing could not function from the angle of PMAN.
Okay.
We are mixed in PMAN.
Okay.
We have other unions like what do they call it? The one that pays artists. Kuzon. That place is where you will see only artists. But in PMAN is mixed up. So when you want to initiate something in PMAN, those performers are larger in number. It's likely to collapse because they know that it will remove them out from food. So it will be as if you people are because you for artists, you don't want us for. So this thing have to come from another angle that is not only PMAN.
Yes.
So that when we now come into PMAN, then we now sensitize them on the need to become a foreign art. And with Cliff, an instrumental is done. The other thing that leads to it is that everybody now wants to sing. With Cliff, you don't need to leave your instrument to come and sing to make money. Because when you, as an instrumentalist, you have a document of clips. Cliff is covering you up. When you come to record with AGBALANZE, like I said, it's either I'm paying you to take your intellectual property or you are signing a deal with me on split sheet.
Exactly.
Like I said before, I cannot pay you off and still put you on royalty.
Okay.
So you will choose one. So those days we play guitar in those songs because I play guitar very well. I have hit songs I played on guitar. So but those days they give us 5,000. When you play, they give you 5,000. We don't have lawyers like you. Like if I'm still an instrumentalist, when I have your document, if I have to record with anybody, I'll bring my document.
This is how I work.
Yes, you are paying me 50K or you are not paying me 50K. Put me into the split sheet.
This is my percentage.
Yes, if the song is split, give me for percentage or give me 50K. 50K is why I'm rendering my intellectual property to you. Because the owner of intellectual property is the person that bought it from you. The time you are playing that guitar for the person, you are the owner of the intellectual property. After you're briefly playing for Ologunara, for example, he gives you 20,000 in the studio. Ologunara have bought that intellectual property from you. That's somebody used that guitar in any music any day, so Ologunara will have the right to go and fight for that intellectual property. Not you, the instrumentalist that played it, because you have sold it out on outright. There is what we call outright. There is what we call royalty. You cannot be eating outright and be eating royalty at the same time.
Okay.
That's how it works.
Nice. So in that case, that was it depends on the agreement of the parties.
Yes, contract is very, very important.
Very, very. That's what I keep hammering it. This thing starts with contract. Everything, any deal, any step, an artist or a creative of any sort is going to take. First step,
get your lawyer
to get your lawyer,
so that you know what you are signing,
and then prepare the appropriate contract.
Yeah.
Or if it's prepared, get your lawyer involved. Let him, go through the document, advise you properly before you put your hands to it.
I have played guitar in music that has sold more than 500,000 copies. I was paid only 5,000 naira.
Hey!
There's nothing you can do about it. So my own intention about it was theft from me too. So what can I do? Even that day, I used 5,000 and eat pepper soup that day, finished that day. Then the sun went out, and so it's not one, it's not two, it's not three. You understand? So that is how it works. We don't have like that back in then, so we were just. I don't know why if so, but if I'm on royalty on those songs, you see that I don't even need to handle mic. I'll be living fine.
Of course.
Because my work will still be paying me.
Even if it is 1%.
That is it.
No, that is the simple truth.
So that is why people are living Conga, living on Okolo to that handle mic, because they are feeling cheated on that angle because they don't have the backing to build Congas. I told you last time I came here that I invited the talking drums from West to put talking drum for me in my song Somani in 2017. He told me that I'm coming with his manager. Talking drums from Ogun State. That I will pay 50,000 for his manager, 50,000 for him, which is 100,000 to come and put talking drum for me. So now the talking drum has a manager in the West. But here, a full band owner does not have a manager. So you see the difference? Because he cannot afford it. He pay 150, that's where he got a manager. Is in West, you see local musicians going show with Macapoli. Do you know how much they're selling Macapoli luxurious boss? Ask question. K1 Ultimate, Osupa, Malaika, that's also Pasmo Wonder. Local musicians like playing the same local musicians we are playing, controlling 32 band members. This is a band that does not go show with less than 10 million naira. But here you see band of 12 band man, an Igbo super fan will be pricing you 50,000, telling you come, you will spray you money. These are bands in the West, they will pay you that 10 million, you still come to that party, and they display you dollar.
Guinea the medal.
We have problem of supporting talent. Like I tell you, Igbo man has only one channel of making money, is in the brain of Igbo man. Yes, trading. Doing this thing. I give you me my money immediately. I don't want stories. Igbo man don't believe in something like that. Igbo man believe in constant transaction. That's why the same oil he's using trailer to bring from One to his physician. Somebody is using laptop to sell barrels of oil from laptop. That's transacting it anywhere. I'm making the same millions, even more safer than him that is waiting for his oil to pass bad road from to come to the physician. But the virtue of that, our brain have been channeled to that one methodology of making money, which is trading. These are things that war cause. You know, a lot of things changed in Igbo land after the war.
Of course. So,
we have our problem is similar than with the problem that's happening in the West.
Okay.
So environment.
So that means the NMI is
Yes.
Okay. So, but the mentality can it be changed?
It's already changing. Like today now, we can have a place you can perform. Houses have built it, an auditorium. Something like this was never before. Before you looking where you can do concerts, you don't see. Now, government of Anambra State built a 5,000 capacity hall with a stage on it where you can do conference. You can rent it and do conference. So if you can bring more pressure to attract more companies to understand that there is talent in Igbo land and need to invest in talent. You go artists in Nina. Ofu billionaire, you go like 5 artists. Has another contract. You know where I surrender that phone in Nina. About to surrender his phone or another management. Go 4 tracks. Guess if you want premium music. Bring your music, bring your voice, come and record. Premium music will assess the song, process it, and bring it to the market and give you royalty. That's what it ought to be. Again, the capacity terms of royalty is giving you.
Yes.
You understand the point? So we need this kind of things to come into Southeast so that the industry in Southeast can be able to meet up with what's happening in the West.
Small, gradually. Since the mentality has started changing.
Sensitization matters a lot.
So, I mean, we'll continue to sensitize them as much as we can. It's not easy, but I am more.
Yeah,
have to continue to hammer it, especially the way we are pointing it out to them on the gains, the benefits, you know, the benefits they stand to gain.
Yeah.
You know, so we won't relent. We won't relent. So now, this issue of performance, like performing people's music and all. The other time you came here, you actually made mention of people who were somebody that you followed to go and perform.
Okay, yes.
So now, this performance issue, don't you think it's a very big challenge in the industry? Because I noticed that a lot of people in the Southeast here, that is what they used to eat. You know? So how don't you think that is a very big problem in the industry? And then how do you think it should be solved?
It's a very big problem. And it boils down to lack of sponsorship and lack of creativity. You understand? So if we can take everybody back to the original act through law enforcement, you find out that those copy can stop. It's because that we're playing it and nothing is being done.
Yes.
So that's why it continues.
Okay.
You understand? Just like I tell you in abroad, you can have a concert, they pay you to come and watch you in a concert. You come there and perform another person's song. You must have 2 or 3 or 4 tracks that you will present to the media before the promoter can say, I'm pushing show for you. Bring 2 or 3 of your music videos or your creative art. We'll promote it in the radio. Then people will listen to it, then we'll put concert for you. But by virtue that we are not doing concert here, our industry has spoiled to the extent that a bar that is selling his drink and marketing his bar, we call an artist and tell him that another people will not even hear well. Then a bar that has first that is supposed to protect my recording. You see this thing, that's why I give up to one business mogul that has hotel in this Onitsha. Then Frontline. There is a hotel that's called Frontline. It's along when we are going to main market. You understand? Frontline. If this man will lock his door, even if he calls somebody that is not ringing, he must collect gate fee before you come in and see that person that is not ringing. You'll be hearing the music, but you will not see what is happening. He must lock his gate and collect a pocket number at least 200 and 500. You buy tickets and go and watch that person that's not taking an artist, just a performer. He collects gate fee on the head of the performer. Because he cannot only pay the artist that is performing or musician that is performing from the drink he sells. But here, the people that has these outlets that are supposed to protect the artist's interest are the people that bastardize because they want to sell beer. So now he tells me that AGBALANZE, you come and perform, I'm not paying you, but you make money from say people will spray you money. He will not use me and bring in people to come and drink his beer. Yes. He makes his money from his beer without paying me anything royalty from the beer he's selling. Not buying they sell the beer times 3 of the money he's supposed to sell. Now I perform free for him. They spray me money. Maybe the money they spray me will come the capital, I will use to settle my expenses. Then I go home empty-handed. So there's no appearance fee for me. So the people that are supposed to build the industry are the outlets where we go and entertain these companies that are supposed to guide us in recording, which are the contractors and what have you. So then this is where we start the work, so that everybody can go back to the shell to represent his music. Yes. Not what is happening is now. Majority of people that are performing are playing Australian music or Oliver music. So if all of us are performing the one that we perform, which is Oliver and Australian music, there will be no room for creative art, and we will be using the same instrumentalists. So nobody is in his chains. Because it's supposed to be that if you are playing fine dance, you're not supposed to play for AGBALANZE. Okay. Because my music is different from my dance music. So for you to understand my music, you have to come to my rehearsal. Okay. And that is where we sit in and talk about contract, what we play. I will play shasha. I will explain to you that is what we call shasha. Or am I paying you outright? I go outright when I issue number now 20,000 is outright. Or you go when a year they say go 2,500 or 35,000. A year that can stage can have 50-50. The band will take 50% that take. So it's when you come to my rehearsal that you will know my music and know the contract deals, how we play here. So if I'm playing my music, and he does is playing his music, Chicho Kemarefo is playing his music, Ologunabo is playing his music with his band boys. You find out that Ologunabo read the guitarist. If he pull out from the band, you have to take him time to go into another band to learn and rehearse to meet up again.
Yeah,
so
it's different types.
Yes, but if I just singing on Saturday, assuming he's not a recording artist, I am singing on Saturday, Ologunabo is singing on Saturday, we can be having problem with instrumentalists. Even you understand? You can just look up and call Emeka, where are you? Oh yeah, come out from Boy, we want to go show. Somebody that have not played with you, just come in and start playing with you, because you are playing, all of you are playing familiar music.
Yes.
So there is no originality differentiation. You understand? So this is where, if we start work, people will learn to go back to their shell, because it was not like this before. Celeste Zurukwu plays his own music. Osadebe has his own music. Even I heard that one of the Osadebe band members were telling me that there is a Saturday that if Osadebe don't have show, instead he will leave them because you know that they will go another band. He will put rehearsal that Saturday. So that the band, everybody, because he gave them house at Coast Street. They were living with him at Coast Street. There is his house at Coast Street there. So no, Coast Street is on Sharia. Okay. So now he puts a rehearsal so to make them to be within the walk, so that they don't go and walk elsewhere. Yes. They will come and do the rehearsal and use it and work for the day. You understand? So we need to bring everybody. If we start enforcing that you need to have a song before you say you are collecting money to come and perform, you cannot collect money or tell somebody you are coming to performing his father's burial or mother's burial when you don't have a song. When we start the sensitization and start the enforcement, even the people patronizing somebody who doesn't have a song, before he pays somebody to come and say, you ask him or give him a. So if the person that invites you for his father's will ask you before paying you or give him a. Or that would internet was here on a member and as no when they see Abojam or see her DSS back because you are singing somebody's song where you're supposed to be performing your song. You collected money as a performer that you can perform. You come there and you are performing somebody's song instead of your own song. So and somebody might video it at the end of the day. Now they are going to an event or need to tell him not tired. You also go, I can't go flat. So that kind of scenario we put everybody back to the shell.
Exactly.
And they also put our supporters, because our supporters are me. Nanonia go random music, not the versatile. Versatile of what? Versatile of Osadebe and Warrior and Oliver. Then Oliver will be in his house. I go and I do. Osadebe and I go and I do. Ofonia I do here. Or was a DJ. Now I was a DJ work in band form. You understand the point? So these things, when we work on it, when you want to add to the shell, only when 6 tracks, you go show with your 6 tracks. If you need that balance, if track can make me to go to the show, I don't need 50 tracks to go to the show. So now, the fans I support, and then I go copyright, are the ones also patronizing them, suppressing the original art. That's why after many years, many original art are gone and go. Now, Eastern market, many original art are gone and go. They are hungry now because of that the performers are now performing their songs, going show constantly with their songs, while the original art meleka.
Well, okay,
that is it.
Okay. Well, whenever we have you around there, if I do,
Yes.
And I hear I said, oh no, so thank you so much for throwing more light on this aspect, because it's something I know that is a big challenge down here in this part of the country. So what I know, gradually with this sensitization and a lot of things, we will get it right. So before we round up, can you quickly tell our viewers about Cliff once more.
All right, thank you very much. My name is AGBALANZE ONYEKA OKEKE. Like I said, I'm a multi-instrumentalist, an artist, and a performing musician also. Cliff is here to protect the rights of musicians. Cliff is here to protect the rights of musicians. Musicians is not only the people that are singing, because this mentality have looked us that you must sing to become successful in the music industry. No, musicians is also about that person you playing clip. Go on, go on, you need to come and register with Cliff.
Exactly.
You need a backup to back your talent up, so that you don't finish playing and collecting peanuts and go home tomorrow regretting it.
Exactly.
So that you know the contract you are going into. So that if I sign you as an artist that you are working with me, you know what it means to maintain that loyalty. It will favor everybody. If I have contract with you, you respect time of our project and time of our gig. Because if you fail, I also have the right to call Cliff against you, because you are into Cliff with me too.
Exactly.
So the Cliff is here to protect everybody's right, so that me as a band leader cannot infringe on your right as an instrumentalist, and you as an instrumentalist will not play with me or abuse my business and brand because you are my instrumentalist. So with Cliff, your right will be protected. You will stay in your instrumentation and be making money like a band owner. Not everybody will just come out of hunger and start singing. Everywhere will be saturated with performing arts. No original music to your name.
And no fun.
So this is why Cliff is here. So make sure you identify with Cliffs. You will see their Facebook handles, phone numbers on the screen. Follow it, call the management and join the movement, so that your right will not be trampled upon. Thank you very much. My name is AGBALANZE ONYEKA OKEKE. Keep watching, listening, and sharing Cliff podcast. Thank you very much.
So with this, we call it a wrap on this particular episode of Cliff podcast, and we urge you to continue to follow us on our handles. We will continue to watch, continue to learn, keep creating your art and keep protecting your art. I still remain your host, Vitus Ifanichukwu. Bye for now.